Bitter. I'd like anyone
who
who kill my daughters, anyone who do anything, and you're a wimp if you wouldn't stand for your family that way. You're a proof breath wimp.
No. Revenge is cowardice. No, not true. Not true. It's revenge that's the cowardice. It's the coward that is afraid to face someone, to turn them around and change their life. It's the coward that says,
turn them
my
around and
only
change
answer
their life.
is to hide
And they're
behind
lying
a gun.
that way. Their life
My
is
answer is
changed.
to hide behind the shield of a gun or the state or a gas chamber. Someone hurt my
You
wife.
believe-
Someone beat my wife.
What would you do?
Someone did beat my wife.
What did
in the
you
ghetto
do?
in
What did
Washington,
you do?
D.C.
What
This
did you do?
person was a guest in our house of hospitality. They were gone. They took off. We didn't see them.
So what did
we
you
saw
do?
them 3 years later in Worcester. We could have brought charges. We could have got a restraining order. We could have got all kinds of things. We didn't.
Instead, you sat
we
down
didn't.
and had
now
a hot
wait.
dog.
Now wait. This woman. We didn't. We took this woman into our home. In fact.
Yeah.
She met my wife. My wife was 8 months pregnant at the time. While they were alone, she said to my wife, "How are you feeling?" She says, "I've got swollen ankles. I feel a little tired." She says, "You should have that checked. You might have preeclampsia." She went to the hospital. She did. My son and wife are alive because of this woman. She would have died if she hadn't gone to the hospital that day. Now, the hopeless thing of saying, this person's done me wrong, they need to be killed, they need to be put in prison, they need to be whatever. I can swear to you, my wife and son are alive because she forgave this person, and that's not wimpy. It's true.
Let me perhaps say to you, sir, if you were more concerned with what was wrong with your wife, and not, wait a second, zip it. If you were more concerned, sit down and zip it and then get up here. You are more concerned about your wife's health than you are about going out and finding some woman who beat the crap out of someone. Maybe you would have been there to tell your wife she had preeclampsia or whatever the hell it was, all right? And then your wife and son would still be alive, and the sleazeball who did the beating up would have gotten beaten up too.
Mort, let me make one point.
We have another question. Bonds off first. Bonds off first.
Suppose I were to come over right now and beat the crap out of you. You saying I wouldn't?
Hold it. You can. No. There are three choices. There are three choices in terms of violence. There are three choices. There's cowardice.
What would you do?
There are three choices. There are cowardice, there's violence, and there's non-violence.
What would you do, little man, right now if I
I'll
beat the
tell
crap
you,
out
I've
of
been
you?
in plenty of situations. Wait. I've been in plenty of situations. I've worked with the homeless for 7 years. I've been in plenty of situations. I was in a
I'll tell
situation
you
where
what.
somebody came out
Well,
to me.
well, come here. Give me this camera. Bonzoff is going to go over during the commercials, beat the crap out of this guy. And give me the result.
Take a look at this.
That looks interesting.
I think we could work with it. Do you have an invention, an idea for a new product?
Maybe you have a modification to an existing product.
If you're not sure where to go with it, maybe we can help. Call AIM toll-free at 1-800-225-5800, extension 75, and ask for our free information kit.
You've already got the creative mind. AIM could help you find the right direction.
Give us a call now.
Could you have an ulcer? Have you had stomach problems for more than 4 years? Do antacids relieve your pain? Is your pain between your breastbone and your navel? Is your pain more frequent in winter? Does your pain wake you and go away when you eat? Then you might have an ulcer and may be eligible to join a research study investigating ulcer drugs. Qualified participants receive a physical exam, EKG, and physician consultation, all at no cost.
Call Biocraft at 1-800-88-ULCER.
Dreading taking your car to a transmission repair shop? Listen to what some satisfied customers have to say about affordable transmission.
Before coming to Affordable Transmission, I visit several places in Jacksonville. I found nowhere in Jacksonville that could beat their prices.
They don't do work that doesn't need to be done, and you can depend on what they tell you. I wouldn't have any hesitation to recommend their service to anybody.
Affordable Transmission, 10218 Beach Boulevard.
Hello, I'm Lieutenant Williams with the Jacksonville Fire Department. Would you like a job that's exciting, a job you'll enjoy, and one that you can be proud of? One that offers opportunities for advancement, a job with good pay, benefits plus retirement. If you are black, male or female, 18 years or older, and meet the requirements, we'll train you to be a firefighter through our new scholarship loan program. For more information, call this number. Thank you.
In this game of skill, greatness demands sacrifice.
Do you know how many nights I slept on this table?
A young pool shark thinks he's the best and takes on a legend to prove it.
You're dead.
The rules are simple.
You beat me, you live.
But the stakes are high.
You lose, you die.
In the Twilight Zone.
Friday at 8:30 on Fox 30 WAWS.
What makes Food Line Seafood so special? Well, for one thing, we make deliveries every day from ship to store. That guarantees freshness. And we buy in quantity. For 600 Food Line stores. That guarantees extra low prices.
But whether shrimp, scallops, oysters, or your favorite fish, you won't find them in some big fancy gourmet seafood department. Look for it in Food Line's meat department. Oh, it's not very fancy. But who wants to pay for fancy?
See all the thrills of Florida's #1 spectator sport on Greyhound Racing Tonite, every Monday through Saturday at midnight here on Fox 30. Join host Carlton Metcalf for replays of all the day's racing action, plus special reports, interviews, statistics, and handicapping hints to help you cash in at the Greyhound racetrack. Greyhound Racing Tonite, Jacksonville's fastest half hour of TV excitement, Monday through Saturday at midnight, only on Fox 30 WAWS.
I got to keep this thing running right, believe me. So I'm headed for that new discount auto parts store. They have sensational grand opening savings.
Great savings at the new store on San Jose Boulevard. Champion spark plugs, grand opening priced at 78 cents for non-resistor or 98 cents for resistor. Come to the WQIK Country Radio remote on Saturday. You could win 50 lottery tickets.
I save on everything I need at Discount Auto Parts, because if this van has a problem, I have a problem.
We're going to be late.
No, we're not.
This program does not necessarily reflect the opinions or the policy of the management of this station.
I want to go back to Bennington up here because, excuse me, Mr. Bud Bennington, Esquire. You wanted to say something to Professor Bonds.
You know, Mort, what makes me sick is I go to school for 3 years to learn to be a lawyer. During that time, I got to listen to guys like this that probably have never really defended anybody their whole life. That's why they teach me.
He happens to be defending the system,
right? They teach me, which I don't think is too dishonorable a thing. I think it's a noble thing to try my hardest to fight for somebody.
Yeah, but when you start distorting the system,
let me finish.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. No.
Let me finish.
When you start distorting the system, that's when the citizens have to step in and say, let's look at the practicing bar.
Listen to me. We don't distort the system. People, now listen to me. When you're in trouble and you want somebody to fight for you, you're going to come to a guy like me to stand up and fight for you because you're
you know the typical way you go to a lawyer and they stand up and fight for you? Here's the way you go to a lawyer and they stand up and fight. I have a little case, a little thing that's not going to be much. You can probably settle it for me in about 15, 20 minutes. Okay, yeah. Send me the papers down. All right, good. Get the papers down in there. Federal Express. Guy calls you back in 20 minutes. I know, I had this happen today. Calls you back in 20 minutes. He says, it's a lot more serious than I thought. I'm going to have to hire counsel in San Francisco. I'm going to have to talk. And before you know it, the guy's turned a $1,000 case into a $25,000 buck in his pocket. And who gets screwed? We do, because they got a license to steal. That's all.
That's totally not true. I don't
tell me it's totally not true. I've had it done.
That is not true, Mort.
All right, wait a minute.
You are not
I get to answer
guy.
you. You had your mouth open. Let me answer you. You aren't paying much attention in law school because if you were,
guys like you, that's
you would have.
Let me tell you, Professor Bonzoff, let me tell you, he applied to George Washington
don't ever forget that.
and got turned down. He wasn't smart enough.
Don't ever forget that, Professor.
All right, but hey, just listen for a minute. You probably weren't awake because you didn't read the case in your case books. One is called Banzaf versus FCC, Scrap versus U.S. There are about a dozen cases, Supreme Court cases.
How many criminals have you tried?
Won.
How many people have you defended in a courtroom to a jury verdict?
I have defended only two. Listen to me.
Go ahead.
Shut your mouth. I defended. I've
glad to have
only
a fight. I want to
defended
represent the
2
winner.
people in criminal cases.
And that makes you an expert.
Shut up.
Go ahead. That makes
and
you an
only
expert.
because I thought they weren't guilty. One I helped with Bernard Getz, the other Carl Rowan. Both shot the people who were going after them. I don't defend the
And that makes you an expert in the area of defending people, right,
Bernard
Professor?
Getz, yes, he said Bernard Getz.
You're an
You
expert.
defended So
Yes, Bernard Getz.
you're for vigilantism. You're for the death penalty. You're for
know what
vigilantism. You're
vigilante
for
is.
unbridled violence.
Let me ask you a question. You say unbridled violence. Do you believe in the jury system in this country? Do you believe in the jury system in this country?
Give him a couple of minutes to think, Maury.
No,
That's
not
a tough
necessarily.
question.
No,
You don't.
juries have made wrong
Who
decisions.
would you like to have make the decision then? If no
Criminals.
jury. No jury.
See, I
You believe in
like him, let
judges?
him make the
What? You believe in judges where in Chicago 23 of them are under indictment for taking payoffs? Go ahead.
No, not at all. I think the system is thoroughly corrupt and thoroughly unfair.
So how do we do
thoroughly
it?
Unjust.
Give me an answer. How do we do it?
Well, I come from the Catholic
We all
working
get like
movement.
Mahatma Gandhi and lie down on the railroad tracks, huh?
We respond to the problems directly and personally. I met a guy in jail, a young guy, been in 7 foster homes, arrested 3-4 times. We took him in. He's in our house. He's working now. He's on his own. He's working. You know, we take somebody, you turn around, you look at their problems personally, you get them in an alcohol program, you deal with them. You don't
The jury
either punish them
found
or let them in
Bernard
the street.
Getz
A lot of people come out of
innocent,
Patuxent
pal.
would love to go to your
Innocent.
house.
So don't call him a vigilante.
The
Because let
jury
me tell you
found
something.
Sacco and Vanzetti guilty, too. The juries can be wrong. Majority rule elected Adolf Hitler. The majority rule is not always right.
Sir, study your history. Majority rule did not elect Adolf Hitler.
Austria,
he
it did.
won with 31% of the vote.
Majority
so
won in
you're going to
Austria
quote
to elect
things,
Adolf
be
Hitler.
intelligent enough to know what the hell you're quoting. Let me come over here. Let me come to Professor Bonzoff. Professor, we've talked a lot about plea bargaining earlier in this show, and death row is cruel and unusual punishment, all that garbage. Let's talk the issues that defeated Michael Dukakis in the election. Prison furloughs, all right? Isn't it cruel and unusual punishment for the American people to serve as guinea pigs for some jerk's theory that a prisoner needs reform rather than punishment?
Mort, I think you're right, but I'm going to have to say this. I think you're picking on the wrong people because these guys try to get them off. But once they're sentenced and they're sent to places like Patuxent, whether or not they stay in or out is determined by nameless, faceless people who may spend 5 or 10 minutes making that decision. And in many cases, the authorities don't even know. In Washington, D.C., right in the suburbs, we had a guy doing 3 consecutive life sentences. He's out on 52 furloughs a year. Nobody even knows about it. Those are the guys you got to put the pressure on. It's not the lawyers then. It's the system. We've got to make these people as accountable as the judges. And I'd like to suggest as a start, let the major newspapers feature this in the stories once a week. How many of these people have been let out? What have they done? Why are they let out? And how many of them have to be rearrested?
Audience, how would you handle it? Come on up next. Let's go.
At this school, pain is everything. You learn one very basic skill: survival. I run this school, man. Michael J. Fox. So why don't you leave us alone? Timothy Van Patten. I got plans for you. Riptide's Perry King. Stop this insanity. And Roddy McDowell. They are at war, don't you know that? Class of 1984.
Monday at 8 on Fox 30 WAWS.
Hi, I'm Jamie, and I'm single. I just wanted to meet someone interesting, maybe someone special. I tried the bars, the party lines, and the introduction services, but they were just too expensive. Finally, a friend told me about 976-8, the Dateline Voice Exchange. It's a new, exciting way of meeting people by phone, and quite different from the other phone date lines because it's safe and confidential. So whether you're 16, 26, or 46, call 976-8. It certainly worked for me.
Call 976-8 now to listen to messages from singles who are waiting to meet you.
Would you like to meet someone special for fun? A talk on the phone? A night out? Or even a lasting relationship? Then call Jacksonville's newest dating advertising service. To hear men's ads, call 976-GUYS. And to hear women's ads, call 976-GALS. At only $2.49 per call plus toll outside Metro, it's not only inexpensive, but it's a great way to meet singles. Remember, men call 976-GALS, women call 976-GUYS.
Saturday on The Reporters. Meet this happily married father of 3 who's decided to have a sex change.
As long as I can remember, I didn't want to be a boy. I always wanted to be a girl.
How will this family survive?
When the actual body looks different, I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to react. I hope I still love him.
Then the Chernobyl disaster. See how its fallout will affect all of us for years to come. Beyond tomorrow, right after The Reporters, Saturday on Fox.
This program does not necessarily reflect the opinions or the policy of the management of this station.
You know, Professor, you just brought up a good point. If the newspapers and the media would feature some of these things so the American people were alert and aware of what was going on, maybe then we'd get angry enough to do something. So we'll do that on this show, and we'll do it on a regular basis. Let me bring up the name Robert Angel. Remember, it's spelled with 2 L's, and he's not one. Sentenced to 3 consecutive life terms for murdering 2 police officers and a teenager, has been leaving the prison on furloughs since April, and has recently obtained his driver's license. Now, folks, let's get this guy back where he belongs, just like the guy who killed the 2 cops in this state, all right? Let's give you another one, James Stavrakis. James Stavrakis is a convicted rapist, and as a rapist, he did not just take someone and ask them to go to bed. He beat them up and then raped them and fled a work release program, allegedly raped another woman. The next day was recaptured, and he's now on furloughs, too.
No, he's in, but the first day he was out on his furlough, he went back to his old tricks again.
All right, but the point is, let's know that these things are going on. Audience, go ahead, sir.
Mort, what would a Christian have to do? I'd venture to say there are tens of millions of Christians in this country. One of the central tenets of Christianity is forgiveness. Is forgiveness killing somebody? Is forgiveness mob rule?
I can forgive someone.
How can you forgive somebody by killing them?
I can forgive someone who kills my wife or my children.
And Jesus replied to that.
Provided I have killed them.
And I find truth for truth, but I say, he who strikes you on the right, you turn to him also your left.
Let me tell you something. More people have been killed in the name of Jesus. You know, we've had the Crusades war. We've had all these wars. They've all been killed by guys like you who now preach forgiveness. You guys were going to forgive if you could drive the bull up the butt.
They've been killed by guys like you.
And they'll continue to be killed by guys like you.
So, Mort, you're saying you're a murderer.
I'm saying you're a murderer. You're a murderer. Any sleep. Murderer. Who killed murderer. 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 Murderer.
Mort Downey Jr. is a murderer. Mort Downey Jr.
Why don't you suck my armpit, huh? Get out of here. Get, or I'll show you violence. Now, go ahead, sir.
Well, first of all, like the Geraldo show every day.
First of all, we would not have this problem here right now or this discussion if there was the death penalty. I honestly believe that. You wouldn't have these guys going out, doing it more than once, because once they do it, it's all over with.
The sad thing is, so many people want to protect the criminal, are not the slightest bit interested in the victim.
I have a question for that gentleman there. You made a statement before that you pointed to the audience as we're the ones that are freeing them.
As jurors, right?
As jurors.
Right. True. Takes 12 people to unanimously agree on something. That means 12 people unanimously agreed that the guy or gal didn't do it. That's hard to get 4 people to agree on.
Isn't a lawyer just like a salesman? He can get up there and he can sell.
That's our job.
That's
our job.
That's
the case?
And
that's our job. But what's happened is,
wait a minute, Professor.
As you often are,
Professor,
you keep out evidence, and he keeps it in the drawer. I expect these guys to do justice. He's sitting with the evidence.
I'm paid to defend you, not to convict them.
Let me go to this gentleman. He's been waiting patiently. Go ahead.
But this distortion of the system.
Go ahead, sir.
Behind me.
I represent the con man. It's guys like you who are taking money out of my paycheck,
taking all my money. I wear normal clothes, okay?
Right.
You're taking all my money. Guys who are definitely guilty should be put away.
Let's see you
on
go.
the death
Let's
penalty.
see you
What?
get.
Wait a minute.
Let's see you get very up. Let's see you get
Guilty
very
of
up.
drunk driving, they should be put away.
Will you let Chuck speak? Chucky boy, go
Let's say you
ahead.
get. Let's say. Let's say Morton Downey.
We'll be right back.
Weeknights.
War is no laughing matter.
What's so funny?
Unless, of course, you're talking about MASH.
We're the mash that is the best.
You see, the medics at the 4077th have the perfect prescription for making the best out of a bad situation.
Take off your dress and say,
Join us on MASH.
Weeknights at 7 on Fox 30 WAWS.
Traditional Homes Expo, Florida's new manufactured housing super sales center. Over 300 floor plans. Fiesta, Fleetwood, Gurdon, Homes of Merit, Liberty, Nobility, Ocella, Palm Harbor, Parkdale, Peach State, Redmond, Skyline. Why go anywhere else? Shop and compare. Volume sales means lower prices. 3-bedroom, 2-bath homes from $149 a month. 1-acre homeland packages from $299 a month. On-site financing. Traditional living 365 days a year. Call 1-800-365-YEAR. Highway 21 North, Keystone Heights.
Would you like to meet someone special for fun? A talk on the phone, a night out, or even a lasting relationship? Then call Jacksonville's newest dating advertising service. To hear men's ads, call 976-GUYS, and to hear women's ads, call 976-GALS. At only $2.49 per call plus toll outside Metro, it's not only inexpensive, but it's a great way to meet singles. Remember, men call 976-GALS, women call 976-GUYS.
Saturday.
In a risk situation, I believe you will go right down the line.
Watch for the unexpected. And hold on for your life.
Mayday! Mayday!
At noon.
There he is!
Warren Beatty, a hunter who becomes the hunted in The Parallax View. At 2, Burt Lancaster, Dean Martin, and Helen Hayes are on a path to disaster. Airport. Saturday at noon and 2 on Fox 30 WAWS. This program does not necessarily reflect the opinions or the policy of the management of this station.
All right. I want to bring up an important point that happened a segment and a half ago. And that was while the young man and I, the Christian defender of only God has the right to revengeance, all the crap we've heard for so many years, all right? That Christian defender, as we looked like we were about to get into it, the pacifist who wants peace backed off, scared carapless of what might happen. The man who is in favor of the death penalty, in favor of criminals, he came over and made the separation. Now, what in the hell good is a pacifist if all he does is sit there? Says, I'm not a pacifist, pal. You want to find out? I'll meet you.
The last thing that I'll say is this, and that is this. You know, I don't want to be globbed with every other defense lawyer like most of you in your gig don't want to be globbed with everybody else. So let me make this point. Before you go bashing the system over and over and over again. One thing that I know, wait a minute, one thing I know you well enough to know, Maury, is that this system is the best system in the world. As bad as it is, as wrong as it is, as much fine-tuning it may or may not need, you keep bashing it, you keep don't participating, you keep electing the people that you're electing, and you're going to end up with guys like him that make millions of dollars writing books, speaking on lawyers, guys like him that defend people.
Every lawyer has a right to defend.
And guys like him that make money.
This guy's an anathema to me, Professor. Let me hear this gentleman. Let me hear you.
I kind of agree with them on one thing. You don't get them off. We're the ones that let them go off. Right. But how many of you can honestly say when you are picked for jury duty, do you actually go? You're the educated. Hold on,
question.
wait a minute. Wait,
Good
please.
question.
You guys are the working class people. You can't afford to take off for 8 hours for a week or two.
No,
right?
so we leave it to the very poor or the very rich,
uneducated,
and again, they
you
decide
guys,
what the hell our
you guys
life is.
prey on them. You're like voters, you prey on them. You got a jury like, they have the IQ of a peanut. And I know because I'm a former cop.
That's true.
I was down in, you know, the courts and everything, the grand jury, down in Manhattan.
That's different.
All day long, and these guys are half asleep. The law is the law. The law is the law. These people are half asleep. I'm over there testifying my head off
we're
over
getting
here.
no words in
and they don't
edgewise.
have a word.
Chuck, quickly, what's going to happen? Because we're going bye-bye.
Everybody knows that broken hearts can be mended, but almost nobody knows that smokers' hearts can be mended too. As soon as you quit, the damaging effects of cigarettes begin to go away. In a matter of years, your risk of heart attack can be as low as someone who never smoked. So if you're trying to give up cigarettes for the first time or the fifth, remember, absence makes the heart grow stronger.
You can make a difference. It's your city. Be part of it. Be proud of it. For more information about your city, call or write your city officials.
WAWS TV 30 Jacksonville, your Fox station.
Hello and welcome to Greyhound Racing Tonight. I'm your host, Carlton Metcalf. We've got a great program lined up for you this evening. We'll bring you a handicapping hint. We'll also answer some racing fan mail. And we'll have Ken Wright with a look at tomorrow's racing action. And we'll also fill you in on Hooters Night at the races coming this Saturday at Orange Park Kennel Club. Let's take a look at the numbers from yesterday's doubleheader here at Orange Park Kennel Club. Of course, a matinee performance followed up by the evening card. And